Yeah. This is a podcast of Nathan, Nat and Shaun.
Let's go.
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Morning. Today, look, I don't want to alarm you, but it was our last show before we go on holidays.
Yeah, it was. So we celebrate with the only way we can, and that was with Dave Callan.
That's true. That's true. He's a spy, Nathan. What would you do?
It's a spy. Yeah, yeah.
We previewed the Derby.
Certainly do, Nat. Oh, Jeremy McGovern from the West Kent Eagles joins us.
And Griff and Logue from the Fremantle Rockers joins us as well. Why are you talking like that?
What an amazing feeling, an exciting feeling moving into a new house or a new street.
So much potential.
Until something happens right at the beginning where you go, oh no, what have we done? We talk to people that have been in that exact situation.
And we discuss when you've left little traps to catch people out.
This is Nathan, Nat and Shaun.
Special guest in the studio, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello.
That's right.
International spy.
And comedian extraordinaire.
That's
Dave
right.
Callan.
And I'm a dancer, and apparently I'm going to be an archer later.
Yes, you are.
You're going to be an
what I
archer.
heard.
I'm going to put you
You
to
are.
work later, Dave.
We were just having a bit of a COVID chat, as people do nowadays. It's the how's the weather conversation.
Yes.
There's a lot of it going around.
I was asking if you knew of anyone that has had COVID, and you
Yeah.
said the sentence to me.
Yes, one of my dancers has it.
And then I pointed out, that's not an unusual sentence.
No. To me,
And
It sounds like you have dancers that follow you around everywhere.
Taylor
Oh, maybe
Swift,
that's a
Taylor
good idea.
Swift would have said that.
Britney
Yes.
Spears.
yep.
One of your
T-Swizzle.
dancers. How-
Katy Perry, maybe.
How many dancers does one have?
There's a rotating cast of 4.
A flock of dancers. Is it a murder of dancers or is it a flock of
be a-
dancers?
Sometimes it's a murder towards the end of the Fringe season.
A pirouette of dancers.
Did you audition the dancers?
No, they recommended each other. So like,
Oh, you start with one.
Yeah, and then they go, oh, I know someone who's really good.
Yes.
And then, yeah.
And
You
I
can
saw
drop
your
it like
show,
it's hot.
and they were really good. They
Oh,
were
yeah.
great dancers.
They are. They're great. And it's unusual to have a knowledge of dancing and to be really funny. Most dancers are quite serious.
Sure.
But when you meet ones that get it,
Yes.
and they're
So
able
funny
to...
dancers.
Funny dancers are great for what I do. I'm
Why
a...
don't you just get my dad drunk?
He's a funny dancer. Let's
He
get
does
physical.
karate kicks and
Doesn't he?
swears a
Let's
lot.
get physical.
I'd
really?
also-
Yeah.
Is that during Elvis songs?
Yeah, mate.
Yeah.
Any song,
Any
actually.
song.
You'll just change all the swear words to the F's and the C's.
Karate
Yeah.
and swearing.
And then you'll do karate on you in a dance format.
He dances a lot like me.
Yes, he
Yeah,
does. He
that's
does.
what I do.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Drinking.
You really made it in the world when you roll out the line. One
Yeah.
of my dancers.
One
like
of my
that's
dancers. And not just roll
You
it
reckon?
out, casually drop it.
Yeah, that's
One of my
right.
dancers got it, and then he just moved on. I was like, well, let's back the
Hang
truck
on.
up, mate.
Yes, hang on a second.
Yeah.
Before we move on.
Yeah.
Now, Dave, it was a big week last week because we saw that you were back with Rove Pete Halley. The old gang was hanging out
Got back
together.
together.
Oh yeah,
again.
we did. We went out and we had a few brews.
Yes.
Yeah, and we chatted away. It was lovely. It was good to see
At
them
the good
fellas
old
again.
days. When was the last time all three of you were in the same place at the one time?
I think it was like last decade.
So,
Yeah, right.
so it's like the cast of Friends getting back together, isn't it?
Yeah, it was a lot like that.
But more beloved.
Yeah, definitely.
And
Those
no one
less
was
invite-
Matthew Perrying.
No, that's true. We caught up. I think I did say last decade, but considering it's only 2022,
Yeah,
that's
that's
not
not-
a whole heap
yeah.
of time. Yeah, so it was about 10 years ago though. It was a festival club in Melbourne about this time of year. So it would have been about 2012.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And none of us had COVID back then.
No.
No.
Yeah, it was great. I
And
was very
still none of you.
still none. Touch
I mean,
wood.
Pete Halley has had it, but yeah.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, I meant to say I wanted to start by saying happy birthday for yesterday.
Thank you, Dave. I was a bit late because you didn't start with
April Fools. No, I didn't.
Got him, yes.
that. Wow.
Oh.
Ow.
Just hit my finger. That was karma right there.
So what's been happening in your life?
So I have gone back to uni. It's year 2.
What subjects are we doing
and-
this semester?
Radicalization and extremism.
Yes.
Yeah. It's
All right.
much better than censor tech in year 1.
Yes, sure.
Home
Yeah.
economics is full.
Hey, man.
Yes.
That sounds interesting.
I do make fun of the degree to the extent that I say, I thought they'd be teaching us how to do evasive driving in British sports cars and how
Yes.
to breach and clear rooms and counter-terrorism. It's a real bait and switch, but I want to say officially, I love it and I think it's fantastic. I'm really enjoying it this year.
Yeah, really.
it actually sounds to anybody that wants to listen that it's bloody interesting and that you can't help wanting to absorb what they're learning. Most time when you go to school, you don't want to hear anything.
Yeah, exactly. It's like when you miss a class of calculus, you go, I just missed how to do x plus y equals a certain number. But you miss a extremism kind of like unit 1 week, and you're like,
And
oh
that's-
no.
Yeah, that's the day that you learn to use grappling hooks.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, exactly. Damn it! I missed the cyanide pill in the molar. Damn it!
or how to use your shoe phone.
That's right. How do you use your shit phone?
I'm just going through Maxwell Smart things.
You just take it off and put the aerial up. Obviously.
Remember when phones had aerials?
Yes,
Absolutely.
I do.
Yeah, for chunk.
Yeah.
Good old days.
Oh man, they were massive.
Yeah.
Battery never ran out.
Well,
3 weeks
why,
later.
Why would it? It was a backpack.
Are you kidding?
Make up for missed holidays with whatif.com this Easter. Ocean View apartment for us, water park for the kids.
Plus, select hotels are fully refundable. Booking cancellation windows apply.
What if it's Aussie for travel? Check government advisories before booking and travelling.
We've had Dave Callan with us this morning.
Well, let's talk about the thing that everyone was talking about, and that is
Speaking of comedy,
Will Smith
Oh, yeah.
at the Oscars, and now the trepidation and fear for any stand-up comic going
Yeah.
in front of anybody and roasting them. What
Yeah.
do you think about the slap that
Don't-
the Stop the World?
Don't roast the wife of anybody who's played Muhammad Ali. That's my main take. As a comedian, you don't do that. Well, look,
good rule for life.
yeah, brilliant. There's 3 things you don't really make fun of, and that's 1, a medical condition,
Yeah.
2, someone's appearance, and 3, something somebody can't help. And that's all 3. It was clear that he didn't do it in rehearsal.
Yeah.
And just kind of on the fly he saw and he said it. Whether he knew about the alopecia or not is debatable, but in any case, it's a dumb, horrible joke.
Oh yeah, the
making fun of
joke
appearance.
wasn't
Yes.
the joke wasn't clever. Do you think the reaction was warranted?
Oh no, I don't think you should escalate the violence. I think what you said, I saw it on the Insta story,
Yeah.
where they just grabbed each other's hands, stood up, and walked out. Would have been the best
Would have
possible
spoken
scenario.
volumes,
Yeah,
wouldn't it?
yeah, that's his
really,
take.
Yeah.
really, that's the best take I've heard on
Now,
it.
the Academy has come out and said that they asked Will Smith to leave, which is now being debated because now someone else that was there said no. The boss of the Academy Awards night actually went and said that he didn't have to leave. So now there's
Oh, right.
conjecture between the two.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Because
heard
the
about
boss
that.
would have gone, hang on, he's won an Oscar.
Yeah.
no,
Because if Will, I mean, I don't know how arrogant Will Smith would be in that situation, but if you've just hit someone and someone comes and asks you to leave, you probably, I mean,
Maybe just
I
even
don't know.
like
You
step
would, you
outside
would.
to collect your thoughts. Do you know what I
Yes.
mean? Not necessarily
Yeah.
just leave the room, even just for a moment.
Yeah.
Rather, so that you can de-escalate the situation.
Yeah.
It's strange, isn't it?
Yeah. Have you ever had anyone upset at anything that you've said during stand-up?
I don't really go too edgy or too controversial.
You turn the joke on yourself, don't you,
yeah.
rather than people?
What's
Yeah.
the joke about there?
There's 2. I'm a smorgasbord. I really am.
Thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there's 2 types of comedian. There's white-faced clown and red-faced clown, red-nosed clown. So
Yeah.
the red in Italian, commedia dell'arte, and so the red-nosed clown are comedians who make fun of themselves. White-faced clowns are the ones who make fun of everyone else.
Yeah.
And so I'm very much a red-nosed. I'll make fun of myself.
Yeah.
I don't think you have the right to ruin anybody's night with a joke, and
Yeah.
so that's why you stay away from stuff like personal stuff.
Yep.
But there's a massive amount of insult comics, more so in
Yes.
America, because you can get away with it over there because it's a litigious country. If you make fun of someone and they smack you, you can sue them. Over here, it's not litigious. Litigious?
Litigious, yes.
Yes. so-
Litigious
I know,
is
but
fine.
over there they have guns. So,
they do.
Well, there's
gotta
that
weigh
as
that
well.
up.
Yeah,
Okay.
for real, yeah.
Here's a question. What do you guys think should happen? Because there are still the Academy is going to be voting over the next couple of weeks what the ramifications for Will Smith is going to be. And one of the things thrown out, which I very, very seriously doubt, is that he will lose his Oscar.
No, he won't.
No, that won't happen.
That's ridiculous.
What do you think should happen?
I mean, obviously, it's a suspension. He's not allowed to go to the Oscars.
Yeah, that's
for
what they
3
do.
years.
That's a win. The only thing he's missing out
do
on
you
that
think?
cachet of goods. He's not going to lose.
That's right. No swag. He loses his swag back.
Yeah, take the swag bag away. He's no longer a lord in Scotland.
Those swag
whatever.
bags, $200,000 worth.
Yeah, none to sneeze at there. Yeah.
Yeah.
I reckon-
Half of it was plastic
Yeah.
surgery, though. So if
Yeah.
you're not in the market, like, what are you going to do with it?
What do you?
Oh,
reckon,
look, a
Dave?
little nose I can bring down to my local surgeon. I think it's between Will and Chris.
Yeah.
I think, and Chris said he wouldn't press charges. As far as I'm concerned, that's it. And then they both apologized about their respective shittery.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
I think that's it. Yeah, it involved the Oscars because it was the location that it happened at, the event it happened at. Maybe they need to make a show of not endorsing violence, which I think they sort of have. But to take an Oscar away from the man, I don't think that's right.
There you go.
Yeah. And who, like, what do you do?
Final
Give
word.
it to the runner-up. Like, and that's a kind of weird way to win an Oscar.
Oh, that's funny.
Or
though.
just
That's actually funny. We all know you're not the best.
So then in future years, the people that are nominated goading everyone else into violence. So they're the last ones standing.
Hit him!
The Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
An article written by Anonymous.
Oh, I know them.
Yes, yeah. Was talking about how her cleaner of 2 years has completely ghosted her, and she's been fuming since.
Oh.
She was due to arrive for her shift, and she didn't rock up. And an hour afterwards, she decided to send a text message just saying, "Hi, Liz, will you be coming in today? Just checking if everything is okay." Liz didn't get back to her for a little while and then said, "I'm not going to be cleaning your house anymore."
Whoa.
So this woman
filthy?
This woman, well, it's been 2 years, a 5-bedroom house. She said the house isn't filthy, but she did go on to say this. Thinking back, it was perhaps it was the time that I accused her of damaging a wall. She denied it, but I still think she did it. Or the time I had to remind her to vacuum all of the bedrooms. Come to think of it, it might have been the time I told her to stop using her stupid new spray mop and use a proper one because those Kmart cheapies are good for a quick spill, but not an entire clean. Then she goes on to say, "Why was I now facing having to remember that I purposely left a dead fly in the corner of the lounge room to test if she would actually go that far with a vacuum and mop? Don't scoff. I know you all leave little traps too." What? I want to talk about the trap situation.
Firstly, why does she want Liz to come back? Because she doesn't want. It seems like she doesn't want her there.
She
in the
doesn't
first
think
place.
she does a
I mean,
good
that's
job.
the whole thing.
I think getting cleaners these days and getting one that you trust leaving in your house is, as you know, I think she might have been a bit hard on Liz upon
Do you
reflection.
think?
Yes.
Upon reflection, I
Yeah.
think that's what she's sort of going at. But I do love, and I think, which is very relatable to a lot of people listening right now, if they've gotten cleaners or if they have a brother or if they live with housemates, is leaving little traps. Leaving little traps to see if someone's doing something right or wrong. This one was a fly in the corner.
I know somebody that used to work for me when I had my car clinic. She had previously been a house cleaner in like a really fancy place in Mosman Park. And she said every time there would be a very small amount of money. So just some coins, like under a rug somewhere or as though they'd been dropped or whatever. But she knew that they were testing her
To see if she was
see if
stealing
she would
them,
steal it. So
steal
she
the
would
coins?
every time pick up the coins and leave them in a little stack on the counter every single time. But they're multi-millionaires.
You know
This
what?
house was
They're just
extra-
leaving
extravagant.
coins out like you're going to zip off the time zone.
Yeah,
If
exactly.
I had a
Exactly.
cleaner and there was coins on the ground, they're there. They can have those coins.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Harry lives in a share house. Harry with how many men?
3 others.
3 others?
Yes.
Harry admitted to me just a little while ago that Harry sets traps.
This is petty, but important. This is important,
Yeah,
yes.
important.
So I had some suspicions going on that some of the boys may have been using some of my shower soaps stuff. Yes.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay.
Yeah, so I decided to leave a trap. And what I'd do is I'd put the cap back on, but not just click it all the way down.
I know exactly what you mean.
So that I know if, I know next time if
If
the
it's
cap's...
being clicked down,
then
someone's using it.
I actually just forgot about it and don't know what's going on, to be honest.
The intent was there. No follow through.
No follow through at all.
Nathan, Nat and Shaun.
We are talking about the little traps that you might have set for somebody, whether it be the cleaner, as one woman admitted to doing, leaving a dead fly in the corner to see if she vacuumed
A
up.
dead fly.
Yeah.
That'll get her.
Whether it be like Harry,
Yeah.
who doesn't trust any of the people that he lives with. He thinks they've been flogging his shower soap, so he doesn't put the lid quite down so he can see if they've been
Except he
using
forgot to check.
Let's go to Neve in Iluka. Hi, Neve.
Hi, how are you?
Great,
Morning,
Neve.
You've been setting traps, Neve.
Yes. My little sister tends to steal my makeup and my perfume a lot for school.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I decided I was going to take all, because I have a big cabinet with like heaps of makeup in. I decided I was going to take out all my perfect shades and leave all the really orange shades left in there for her.
Yes.
So I left all the orange shades in there. So when she goes to use them, it's all orange and it's not the right colour. So she's the same colour as me. And I used to put the labels of the makeup the exact way, so I knew if she'd gone in, she'd moved it or touched it.
Yes. So you're lining it up perfectly so that you know the arrangement. If there's any interruption, that's evidence.
Yeah. And then I have quite a few perfumes in my room, and I only spray one, so I knew which one. and I'd come home, like my room would smell of something different. So I used to mix the heads of the perfume or put one at the other end of my bench to see if they got moved, and they'd always be moved when I got back.
The worst
pretty
thing,
obvious what was going on.
the worst thing about setting a trap for a sibling is once you spring them and go, ha, they don't care.
No.
That's the worst thing.
Yeah, that's right.
Well,
She's just there in her orange eyeshadow saying what?
Exactly. Smelling like Britney Spears, whatever her scent is.
Neve. Never stop, by the way. You've got to keep on top of that. Little
Yeah.
sisters can't be trusted.
Right,
That's
let's
right.
go to David. Hey, David.
Hey,
Hey, babe.
Hey, Dave.
Dave, okay. You've been setting traps as well?
not me, it's more of where I used to work. I used to work in a department store,
Yes.
and you know, you have the night fillers that come in and went before late night shopping and stuff that used to actually do all the cleaning and restock the shelves.
Yeah.
Yep.
So what management used to do to make sure they were doing their job is in the dust on the shelves, write the date and day on the dust in the shelf to make sure the night fillers were actually cleaning that shelf off.
Oh my God! If we were to do that here, it still would be written 2003.
It'd be it'd be like those cave paintings in France.
It would be.
They'll find it in 10,000 years.
I'm not joking. We're looking at dust now.
The dust accumulates so much.
David,
Look at that.
That is ingenious,
Oh,
Dave.
aren't
That
they
is ingenious.
clever?
Yeah, I like
well
it.
done.
And we're
Thanks,
going to do it.
yeah, exactly. Jasmine, hello.
hello, good morning.
Hi,
Jazz.
Jazz.
Okay,
How
talk us
are
through
you?
the trap you set.
Okay, so it wasn't me, it was my auntie. She had some friends previously house sit for her, and she had her suspicions. So the next time she got them to come and house sit, before they come in, she put little pieces of paper in all her financial documents.
Yes.
So she'd know that, you know, once they're open, the pieces of paper would fall out onto the floor.
Yeah.
They did the whole house sitting thing. She come home to find all the bits and pieces of paper all over the floor. So, like, they'd been through her financial documents, house titles, all bits and pieces. And, didn't obviously notice the pieces of paper on the floor. But, hey, it worked. And, they're never house sitting for her again.
No, but they now own her house.
I know. How strange to want to go through someone's financial situation.
I wouldn't even go through my own financial situation, let alone
You could leave me in your house for 2 weeks and I would not ever look for the deed. It doesn't bother me.
You're listening to Nathan, Nat and Shaun.
Time to catch up with our West Coast Eagle, Jeremy McGovern. At this point in time, Jeremy is playing on Sunday at this point in time. But anything can change in the next 48 hours. Good morning, Gov.
Good morning. How are we?
How are we feeling, Gov? We all right?
Yeah, I'm feeling all good. I've tested negative this morning, so it's a good day.
Yeah, it is a good day. You don't know, Gov.
How many rat tests have you got in a pile at your house?
Oh, you don't want to know. Heaps. We're doing one a day, or sometimes two a day at this stage.
That's amazing,
Hey,
isn't it?
We asked Griff if there was an established rule at the club that if you get COVID, you have to buy everyone a carton or anything like that. Have you got anything happening at the...
Jeez, they'd be drinking for years at this rate.
The Eagles, like that?
We had a fine for the first person to get it.
Oh, did you?
Who was the first one to get it?
Not a fine, but a footy trip fine.
Footy trip fine, yeah.
Who was
and
first?
Liam Ryan got it.
Yeah.
So, can you explain to me footy trip fine? What's that?
Well, it'd be once a week, wouldn't you, Gov? Go through the list.
Yeah, we just do fines and try to raise some money so we can enjoy ourselves at the end of the year and celebrate the year and with the boys quietly with a couple of waters and whatever else.
Waters. And what sort of things do you get fines for, like being on the back page of the paper, that kind of thing?
Oh, yes, bit of that stuff. A lot of social media fines are huge at the moment.
Yeah, right.
What's the
just
biggest...
being dirty around the footy club.
What's the biggest social media crime fine?
Posing with a fish?
No,
that'd
be broke if
you
that was
get credit
the case.
for that stuff.
Yeah.
Public displays of affection, surely.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's okay, depending on the realms of it, but rigs out, shirts off, and it's a bit of me time. That's the boys don't like that too much. So big fines coming for that.
Yeah, it depends on your rig, though. You know, if you got the Jack Darlings about you, you know, you wouldn't want to have a shirt on, would you?
Yeah, well, I've enforced the fine because I was shopping. I know I'm definitely not going to be fining myself.
Are you okay? Are you allowed to post photos of what you've eaten for dinner? Out at a restaurant. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's but that gets on the borderline. If you keep doing it consistently, it'll be brought up in the fine sessions.
Sort of a body of work kind of.
Oh
fine.
yeah, okay. Yeah, so Governor, years ago when Masto was coming in, he was part of Coffee Cheaters. They'd post stuff online. So that kind of thing, you'd get a fine for that, surely.
Yeah, well, he originally did, but then it actually started to get a bit of traction and was actually pretty cool. So we'd let him go, but we'd still get some sort of financial benefit out of it.
He only got that traction because of us.
Yeah, remember when
I heard that.
Remember when he cracked 10,000?
Yeah,
we threw a party.
Yeah,
party for him.
Amazing for him.
I heard that, and then it's good to see it's still going well. Anyway,
pretty much never posted again after Craig with 10K.
Now, Gov, last week against North Melbourne, I think for everybody watching, including myself, you find yourself going for underdogs, and you guys played particularly well, and I don't know, the energy about the team, and it seems like people were actually enjoying themselves playing AFL footy.
You and the Willetton under-12s did a great job.
Go the Blues.
Yeah, no, it was, I was extremely proud of the boys and the way we handled it, obviously with extremely tough circumstances and all the things that happened throughout the week and to us over the last couple of weeks. It was just good that the boys really cracked in and gave a lot of effort. The main thing was effort. Everyone was just trying their asses off and doing whatever they could, and which was great. So, and it was enjoyable. As much, don't get me wrong, we definitely want to win. That's what we're here for, but it was actually an enjoyable game. Yeah,
it's rare in AFL circles you can actually, I don't know, enjoy.
That's right.
Is that because all the people that were getting a chance to play were so excited and that was infectious?
Yeah.
A bit of that, yeah. I think that just your expectation just drops straight away, obviously, with everyone. I think around the whole competition, which takes pressure off. And it can take pressure off a lot of boys, and these younger boys can just come in and play and just worry about, like you said, having a bit of fun and doing their best, which is funny because that's what you're growing up told by everyone when you're playing sports, and you lose that when that competitive side really comes in and you want to win. So it was great, but ideally we'd love to be on the winners list.
It's like the freedom we feel when we're doing a show during the non-ratings period. We can be as shit as we want. It's not going to matter.
And we do.
Exactly. Gav, there's rumours flying around that the Eagles are going to call back a recently retired player. What have you heard about
recently retired player?
Yes.
What? Oh, that's first I've heard of the rumours.
Yeah, it was flying around last night.
How recently?
I think Will Schofield started it.
He would have started his own rumours, he'd be hoping we'd call him back, but mate, I'd love to have him back, but I don't know how fit he is at the moment.
Would you rather Scully or Masto back?
Oh, you can't do this to me.
I know, well, I'm going to have to, so...
I'd probably only say Masto because I feel like we've got enough depth down back with Harry and Tommy Brass, but we need some Masto run.
And also, Masto's got...
But that is by hair, I'd split those two.
And and also you just got to appreciate Masto's style. Have you seen Masto and his just get up as he walks? Like his fashion is next level.
Thrift shop.
It's something,
isn't it, Gov?
Yeah, he is. He's a thrift shopper. So he's got a bigger wardrobe than his missus.
I know, it's a weird thing, isn't it?
Something.
Now, Gov, before we let you go, though, are you going into this game as favourites, by the way? I was looking on Tab Touch. You were like $1.60 something versus Fremantle at $2, over $2. How are the boys feeling about this week? I know you're unsure of who's going to be out there, but how's the confidence levels?
Yeah, we're just taking this very similar to what we have the last few weeks, and the message, whoever's out there needs to obviously try to perform and bring some effort for us. So we'll find out later on during the week who's going to be playing, but don't worry, we're not going to be going out there and not wanting to win and doing everything we can. So that'll be our mindset going into the game, is doing whatever we can to get the win.
And a few big ins, hopefully.
We'll see.
Yeah, hopefully.
So Josh Kennedy,
we get a few in.
All right, just FYI, we've created all of your imaging around GovTree, so over the next couple of weeks, we want you to have a look around your house at the things you don't want, and then we're going to Yeah.
Oh, good. I'm glad you. I forgot last week that I've actually got some stuff up on GovTree at the moment. My partner Maddie told me about.
Yeah, what have you got? Run us through it.
We've got a dining table.
Yes.
A nice, beautiful wood dining table that we're trying to sell at the moment. So
how much you asking?
I've got to ask her that. I think it's about $1,500.
Oh, tell him they're dreaming. Please. $1,500. Get a house on Gumtree for that. What are you talking about?
It was worth 10.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's only 2 years old.
The Gov sat at the table.
Mate, is this the round table from the bloody Arthur story?
No, it's a recycled Gumtree one. I bought it 6 months ago for $500. I've just done it up.
Yeah. I love it, upsell. Good on you, Gov. Good luck.
Thanks, Gov. Good luck on Sunday.
Cheers, guys.
Nathan, Nat and Shaun in podcast form.
Posted on the WA Incident Alerts Facebook group.
Is it alerting us to an incident?
That is so good. You got to be a part of groups.
Sophie from Mandurah has shared a note. Now, Sophie has just recently moved into a house in a street in Mandurah.
Yes.
I think it might be about a couple of weeks, and she received this handwritten note. Hello, number 19. Yeah. You just moved
like SAS Australia.
You just moved into our street, to which we are hoping you listen to our concerns. So
far out.
Starting off well. Your kids are kicking the footy, which at times they get so rowdy they wake us all up. There are a few shift workers in this street whom are affected. Your direct neighbours are not happy as the footy bangs against the fence, and this makes their dogs bark, which the dogs then wake up the rest of the street. Could you please be quieter and respect us? We would prefer to not get outside agencies involved. Also, you have a caravan on the property with someone living in it. You, in caps lock, need permission from the council. Thank you, your neighbours.
Thank you.
A few questions. What time of day or night are these children playing football? They make it sound like it's...
Well, clearly they're not. Clearly they're not at the middle of the night kicking the footy around.
Correct,
You know
that's
what I mean?
right. So, I don't... Like, kids are allowed to play with a footy.
That's right.
Kids
It's
are
not a
allowed
heavy
to,
machinery.
and they're at school most of the day.
8.
Now,
So-
now let's go to the caravan.
They're not doing that all day.
We're in a rental crisis right now.
Yeah, that's right.
If someone was living in a caravan
That's right.
at my place, I mean, it's an apartment, it'd be weird. But like if I was living in a situation and, you know, they're politely, not messily living in a caravan, I understand.
Nathan, if they put the bins out, you'd be all about it.
Sean, if everyone just helps putting the bins out, I'm
You'd be like,
cool. I'm kosher.
chuck another one there.
Kosher with all of you.
Yeah, get the Gulf Stream next to that one.
Don't you think Sophie from number 19 is going, oh no, what have we moved into?
I know. The alarm bells are ringing loudly at this point.
To get a rental at the moment.
Yeah, it's not like
I don't know whether she's renting or moving, but say she's renting to get a rental at the moment. It's a minimum 12 months.
Yeah, it's not easy at all.
12-month commitment, and a couple of weeks in, this is happening.
And you know, you're assuming you could even break a lease and find somewhere else, which is almost impossible.
And if she's bought as well,
yeah,
she's
she
not
probably
going
chucked
anywhere.
down an extra $50,000 on a house at the moment.
Well, the other thing is because you pay stamp duty, you've got to be able to stick that out. You don't get that money back.
No.
This is a podcast of Nathan, Nat and Shaun.
Pray for Sophie from number 19 in Mandurah.
Yeah.
Who posted a note on the WA Incident Alerts Facebook group about her neighbours. She's only moved in there for, I think, a couple of weeks. And they're already complaining about her kids.
Complaining about the kids.
Kicking the footy and someone living in a caravan at the front of a house.
We want to know if perhaps the red flag started flying after you moved in somewhere and you went, oh my God, what have we moved into?
Straight away.
Kieran's in Swanview. Hello.
Hey, mate. How you going?
Oh,
Good, Kieran. Okay, talk us through it. What happened?
Yeah, so obviously with the current crisis with the rental, we're building a house, me and my partner, and we had to get another rental before we could move in. So we went and picked up the keys to this new rental. It was about 5:30 in the afternoon, and I drove my work truck. I'm a mechanic. I drove my work truck to the house. My partner had inspected the house and made the call on, you know, whether we were going to move there or not.
So you hadn't seen it before?
No, I hadn't actually seen it. So I pulled up to the house in my work truck, and the neighbour was out the front. He was like, we got new neighbours. So he come out and was seeing who we were and what we do, and that was all right. I was like, you know, that's fine. And then
nice.
we checked out the house, and it was still a little bit messy. So we decided to go get a DIY tyre carpet cleaner from Bunnings and go back and give it a bit of a once-over before we moved in. So at this point, we had no furniture at the house, nothing. It's just my partner's car and my work truck, and we thought we'll just give it a clean. And Yeah, we come back and I'd been inside with the carpet cleaner for about an hour or so. My partner was taking out some rubbish out to the bin, and the neighbour had bailed her up out the front and was asking if I could work on his truck. I'd only been there an hour.
You hadn't even moved. You had not moved anything in.
Possessions in
Nothing,
the house.
nothing at all. All we had was the keys to the house.
So what did you say, Karen?
Change his carburetor.
We kept cleaning the house, but yeah, it happened a couple of times after that. And it was about a week later, and he was still asking. So I had a look. I just made sure I bumped my rates up.
Yeah, of course.
So is that where you're currently living now, Kieran?
Yeah, we're still there. He's moved out now.
Okay,
so,
God.
Yeah, but yeah, it was. The first few weeks, every time we went out the front, he was there and he's asking what we were doing, and I was like, "Oh God, what have we done?"
That is the worst situation to have to hide from your neighbour and not do the drop and roll, or make sure look out the window first, then run to your car.
Imagine how Shaun's neighbours feel.
Oh, mate,
I waited a little while.
Yeah, that's why you had to check Swanview and make sure it wasn't where Shaun lived there.
Thanks, Kieran. Jeff's in Clarkson. Hello.
Hey guys, how's things?
Hey, good, Jeff.
What did you move into?
So, adding on to the Mandurah nightmare, I moved into a 2-storey townhouse about 15 years ago down in Mandurah, renting it.
Yeah.
And the first night we decided we'll cook dinner, and the gas mains got locked on.
Yeah.
So we basically had to turn off the gas mains and go out because they couldn't turn off. While we were getting ready, we went upstairs, had a shower, and then came downstairs and realised that the showers were leaking through the light recesses.
Oh, God.
Well, that's
so we basically had to turn off and not basically cook at home or have showers at home for the next couple of days while they cut holes in the roof trying to find the problem.
Oh, God, you've just moved in, Jeff. What a nightmare.
That is a nightmare.
Day one, brand new place.
Oh. Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
We're talking about when you have sudden regrets when you're like, oh, my God, what have we moved into? And it might be because the house is not what you expected.
Yeah.
It might be that the neighbours are leaving notes about the behaviour of your children.
Could be the fact that something pongs in the air and you don't know what it is. Aaron's in Northbridge. Hey, Aaron.
Hey guys, how are you?
Good, Aaron.
Hey, good, Aaron.
Right, so what was your regret?
I've got a story for you. So we had a new couple move in next door to our apartment about 2 months ago.
Yes.
Now they're very religious. They are adamant that their apartment is haunted.
Yes.
Because they can hear things at night.
Yeah.
Which you get when you live in an apartment.
And those things you.
There's a lady screaming.
Aaron goes, ooh.
I kept hearing a lady screaming.
What is it, like 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night, you can hear bells ringing and them chanting and, trying to exorcise the non-existent people in their apartment.
Exorcise demons,
and they've come up to us going, do you hear things? And I was like, well, yes, you live in an apartment. You're going to hear things.
They think the bad spirits are all around. It's just Aaron.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
and everybody else.
Yeah. Do they keep throwing holy water on you, Aaron? A chance?
No, they're not up to that point yet. But they're starting to get a bit annoyed with the apartment because they can't exorcise a non-existent demon.
Yes.
So
these people, they never lived in an apartment before. Do they not know that you hear noise?
Oh, I don't know, but I'd assume since they can think they can hear noises, they haven't been in an apartment before we can hear everything.
And in Northbridge to boot.
You keep saying to them, no, I can't hear anything. I think go the other way. Go, yeah, I have been hearing things.
Lean in.
I want the Vatican. I want you to go so far that the Vatican flies over to check out your apartment.
Lewis water. They need to shower the joint in Lewis water.
Good on you, Aaron. Good luck with that situation. Ashley's in Kelmscott. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Ash. What have you got for us when we were like, oh no, what have we moved into?
So a couple of years ago, me and my fiance lived in the UK, and we had to do long distance. I moved up to Manchester. He stayed in London, and the company he worked for paid for his Airbnb, or like they have a big thing like rent a room kind of thing.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway, so they found him a room, and he moved in, and he called me. He's like, "It's really random," and I was like, "Oh, okay," and he's like,
there's Post-it notes everywhere. Like, there's one at the top of the hall, like the stairs, saying, please make sure this light's turned off if you're last to go to bed. Please make sure the lounge room door stays closed. Like, make sure you keep your section in the fridge, like, because they all had their own little section in a fridge, or their own little cutlery and plates and bowls.
Yeah.
But the strangest thing was the owner actually lived in the shed about 10 metres from the house with his wife.
Oh, my God. So he's
lived in the
renting out every
shed
room.
to rent out the house to a bunch of randoms.
Basically, yeah. And, like, he had all the electricity, like, extension cables getting electricity from the house to the shed, so he had electricity.
Was his wife a whippersnipper with a wig on?
Maybe, I don't know. I never saw the guy. But, like, even it was, like, they had a little schedule to, like, feed the cat, like, please feed the cat, and, like, put a little tick if you fed the cat, so he knew that someone had fed the cat. And
That's not your job. That's the people's cat.
And surely, like, from the shed, you can feed the cat. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's
I don't know.
amazing. What a weird situation.
I'd be filthy with my workplace for putting me in that situation.
This is where you've put me, of all the places. Amazing.
Nathan, you always talk about people who you've known over the journey who have been in a shared house situation, sharing fridges or having the fridge set up. That's always going to be...
Remember one of my mates, I went around to his house and then I went into the kitchen and there was 5 different guys living there and each one had their own fridge.
So there's 5 fridges.
5 giant...
power board of...
Like, not little mini fridges. 5 fridges. So when he moved in, they said, "This is your fridge."
I mean, that's one way to settle the argument, because if you've got your own fridge, you're less likely to get your stuff
and I was
stolen,
like,
right?
"What have you done? Where are you living?"
What a moment.
Thanks,
in time.
Ashley.
The Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
Well, let's check in with our docker, Griff and Logue, and see if he's able to play in this week's Derby. It's Derby 53. Good morning to you, Griff.
Morning, guys. What's going on?
Hey, Griff.
Do you have a cough, Griff?
You're right.
Everything okay?
No spicy cough for me just yet. Hey, happy birthday for yesterday, Nat.
Oh, thanks, Griff.
What'd you get, Griff?
We didn't know if you knew about it because you didn't get a gift or anything. It's weird.
It must have been, COVID shipping and stuff.
Okay.
Mailman must have lost it.
Can happen. It's just that we
I'm
know
sure it'll find its way there. It'll get there to the studio. It'll get there.
We know,
Any day.
we know that you got football money, so there's no real excuse really when it comes to our birthdays. So. You know
exactly.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
It's loaded. It's a good one.
It's a good one.
Hey, Griff, as we know, everybody's entering health and safety protocols at the moment. We spoke to Adam Gilchrist a little while ago when he was over on the East Coast, and the way he was keeping COVID at bay, right, was to have tequila and Tabasco sauce. Are you doing that every night to make sure that you're
just to be on the
staying
safe side?
COVID-free?
Yeah. I listened to the same thing that Gilly said, and yet we're all jumping on, so we're all just having the Mexican parties at night. It's a good idea.
Yeah. My favourite is people that use Glen 20 thinking it's going to create a force field that nothing can penetrate.
Just if you have a crowd of it around.
Glen 20 is just the stuff that you spray into the Tempe bowling shoes.
It's going to work. It's going to have something.
It's going to do something.
It's got the power of 20 Glens.
It's a lot of Glens. Of course, your coach has gone down, so you'll be rudderless on Sunday.
I know. He's having a week off, so must be a bit stressful for him coaching.
Yeah,
so
couldn't handle a derby.
Off the rain, coach from home. Probably, yeah. It wouldn't be the best idea, would it? I reckon. It would be weird coaching from home, but not much he can really do about it.
There are rumours around that his wife Mel's just said no, he's got a list that's become too long. And until he does that, he's not allowed her out of the house.
But sort of coaching from home would sort of like be playing real person PlayStation because you've got the screens up. You're telling people what to do and they go and they do what you do.
It's what everybody does when they're watching the footy. They're screaming out what they should do.
And
but his is actually working.
It works.
Yeah, but I wonder if the players will ever do whatever he wants, whatever he wants us to do. That's probably the reason he can't string them together.
Yeah, I mean, it's making sense.
Last week's game was pathetic, Griff. I didn't like it at all. I didn't. From the first quarter.
Why don't you tell us what you really think, Shaun?
No, but my heart's there. My heart's purple. But
he's got to get a doctor to check that out. Actually,
I'm looking forward to this week. What are you guys doing in the precautions at the moment to make sure that you feel the best possible team?
The same thing we started kind of a couple of weeks ago, really, just looking at how COVID could affect us and doing as little as possible kind of away from the club in terms of kind of small things, just kind of grabbing a takeaway coffee instead of sitting down.
Less than 2 hours at Metros on a Saturday night, that kind of thing.
Less than 2 hours at Metros, that's definitely that's the tick. But even then, just avoiding all kind of indoor areas and stuff like that. And we all bought in at the start of the season, and I mean, so far it's holding us in good stead. But I mean, 10,000 cases a day, it's pretty unavoidable. But if we can avoid it as long as possible, then
or at
we'll
least
do it,
so that you don't all get hit at once like the Eagles were last week.
Most definitely.
That was insane, wasn't it?
Wasn't it nuts?
Griff, is there a thing established at the club if you catch COVID, you got to buy over on a carton or something?
I think we've got a few dice rolls in hand, so not quite the stubbies
you know
yet.
what? It really does make sense because you're both on Corona.
Oh, I think
straight out like
that works.
Yeah, Shaun.
Where's the sponsorship?
Terrible beer, Corona. You guys don't drink that, do you?
But it's just appropriate.
Why?
No, you get 2 for $90 at the moment, just up the road.
It's all right.
Lost leader.
See, it's $5.50 for a lettuce the other day. That was $5.50 for a lettuce.
I did not see that.
Lettuce should be free.
Ridiculous. I know. It's a whole lot of nothing.
Lettuce is just like, I mean, you put it on your sandwich, but like,
literally
we're just doing it to look good. We're not like going, lettuce.
Can't be that good for you. It's just water.
Yeah,
it is, isn't it?
It is.
It's crunchy water. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
No.
I thought you said.
Have you guys got a couple of weeks off again?
Yeah.
What do you mean? We start with again?
We've never ever been on holidays before.
We've been in 10 weeks in a row. 10.
Shaunie's nailed it because he's obviously had his week in ISO where he just sat at home and did whatever he did at home for a week, and now he's just got another 2 weeks off.
We all know what's happening there.
I know. No, but no one's worked harder. We checked. We spoke to a few people earlier on. And we spoke to
nurses and teachers and things.
Nurses and teachers and like.
Shaun's worked the hardest.
Yeah, I'd agree. I know. Well, as a collective, as a team, we've decided that we've worked harder than anyone else.
Any other industry?
Yeah, well,
like you, we work harder than you.
Yeah, as long as you're being honest to yourself, that's fine.
Now, Griff, this is a big game. You want to make sure you hit the ground running on Sunday. Where do you see that the Fremantle Dockers can get the edge over the West Coast Eagles?
I mean, we got beaten on all parts of the ground kind of last week, so we just stick to what we know. It's a bit of a cliche one, but I mean, we've just got to nail the fundamentals in terms of just small things that are all going to add up throughout the whole game. But yes, obviously starts in the midfield and works its way down to the back line, and the forwards can kick a few goals for us, then that'd be great. But we're just going to come together and just play our style of footy and
you just described football, basically.
He did. He's not giving much away at all. Very generic there.
Which is great because I've been doing this job for a while and no one's described it to me before. So now I sort of know what we're talking about. So I
did warn you. It's a bit going to be cliche, but
yeah. So essentially, what you're saying is you want to kick more goals than the opposition.
Yeah, it would be good.
Well, that's a start. Actually, that's a good one. Might use that one.
Write that down.
I'll write that one down.
Right.
No, we just want to get out there and just we got to get a win. So we'll play hard. And we'll
take it 1 week at a time.
Yeah, it's only a jungle. It's a jungle out there, only the fittest survive.
Full credit to the boys.
If you're not winning, you're learning.
Full credit to the boys, yeah. Right, that one.
Well,
once you pop, you can't stop.
Yeah, that's a good one. That was one of my favourites. Griff, we're looking forward to a really good performance by you and the rest of the back line, and of course,
but not
hopefully,
that good.
When Nat says that, I'm wanting to see you star, dominate, counter-attack after counter-attack. Look forward to it, mate.
No happy birthday for you yesterday.
You can't take it back now. You said it.
Oh, I can't. Don't worry.
Thanks, Griff.
Have a good day, mate.
We'll catch up in a few weeks' time, eh?
This is Nathan, Nat and Shaun.
It is Friday, Dave, and in case you missed some of the highlights of the week, our mate Harry here puts together a little bit of a debrief of what's gone on.
Isn't he a fantastic beast?
Yes, thank you very much. Thank you very much,
call him
Dave.
a tall drink of water, actually.
So you guys are officially on holidays now, so I've made this one half an hour long. If that's cool with you. Nah,
again.
2 words. Dave, we were scarred on Monday by something that happened.
Uh-oh.
Let's have a listen.
Nathan, Nat and Shaun's Weekly Debrief.
After last week's rollercoaster ride of a game that had you all screaming abuse at your radio, Nathan, Nat and Shaun made a risky call.
The competition the whole world's talking about is back for another week, everybody.
And please, for the love of God, I hope you've heard this competition before and I hope you have a clue how to do it.
That's right, holiday trailers. And things were looking good until the very first game on Monday. This is what we heard after the first clue was given.
Oh no. It's gonna happen again.
Can't be serious. Who's working this through?
What is happening?
Not too much by the sounds of it. It was by now that Nathan felt the need to give another explanation of the game. Let's see if that helped with the next clue.
Just buzz it, Harry, please. It's killing me, mate.
Shaun, I'm just letting it go a little bit longer because we're running out of clues.
We're running out of clues.
And unbelievably, we eventually found a winner. However, it came at a cost.
Look at the time, everyone. Let's hand over to Ross. Hey, Ross.
On Tuesday, we met Jade, one of the saddest but most useful blokes going around.
I was chatting to this girl on Tinder. She wanted me to go pick up some flowers and deliver them to a friend for her. So I've left them at the door and I've left. Never heard from them again.
As a flower courier.
Jade, can I have your number when I can't even bother paying the Uber Eats fee?
Nathan, Nat and Shaun speak to who they want, when they want. So with a fun-filled and exciting federal budget to dissect during the week, they wanted answers straight from the head honcho.
G'day, how are you?
All rise for Prime Minister Scott Morrison. How are you, ScoMo?
Since the last budget, we've been able to improve the budget position by over $100 billion.
Okay, I know some of those words. Okay. So you announced your budget. Now how's the fam, Scotty?
You know, we're putting the downward pressure on electricity prices as well. The cost of living relief now.
Okay, Prime Minister, please, can we move on?
You know, when we were at school and we're taught how to construct a sentence and told where to put full stops? Do you think politicians missed that class?
On Thursday, it was a special lady's birthday. So Shaun and Nath surprised Natalie with a 4-course Italian meal courtesy of Chef Marco, which was met with much warmth and support from the guys.
All right, Marco, you get back into the kitchen and start
Yeah, put out the bins while you're there, mate.
No
Thanks,
pressure. We don't hang out with a help this much, Marco.
Buon compleanno, Natalia. And earlier this morning, the guys caught up with international Superspy in training, Dave Callan.
But you miss a unit 1 week and you're like, oh no.
Yeah, that's the day that you learn to use grappling hooks.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. Exactly. I miss the cyanide pill in the molar.
or how to use your shoe phone. That's right.
And that was another great week with Nathan, Nat and Shaun. And by the way, the last few days of holiday trailers ran pretty damn smoothly, especially when Tuesday's winner Derek actually knew how to play and even paid homage to last week's atrocious round.
Hey, Derek.
We trust you, Derek.
Thank you. Jet ski.
Nathan, Nat and Shaun is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au.